All right, all right, all right. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. I'm Felicia Harris Russell, and welcome back to Just Five Daily Devotionals, where we provide spirit led devotionals in 5 minutes, sometimes a little less, and sometimes a little more. The title of today's devotion is Permission Slips for Life. I was reading something the other day, and it reminded me of how when we were children, we would need a permission slip from our parents in order to go on a field trip in school. Remember those times? Maybe you're a parent and maybe you've actually signed some of those permission slips. Now, as adults, I believe that there are times when we need to give ourselves permission to do certain things in life. Ecclesiastes 3 talks about time and a season for every activity under the sun, right? But sometimes the only thing that's holding us back is ourselves. Have you, for example, let me give you an example. You may be experiencing the loss of something or someone, and you have to give yourself permission to grieve. You have to give yourself permission to mourn. Maybe you've lost a relationship, something that was extremely valuable to you, that was heartbreaking. Give yourself permission to grieve and to take the time needed to heal. Sometimes I think we as Christians, we feel like we have to, pretend like we're not hurting, but we're human, we hurt. If somebody takes a knife and stabs us in the heart, it's going to hurt. So give yourself permission to heal if that's you, if you're experiencing some type of heartbreaking loss today, you know? So we may know, for example, if you lost a loved one, we know that that person is in heaven, and if they were Christian, they were in heaven, and we celebrate that, right? But you also grieve the physical presence. You grieve the fact that you'll miss their physical presence. So that's very real, very, very real. So take the time that you need to grieve and to mourn and to heal. And sometimes, especially as women, we need to take the time to take care of us because we're so busy a lot of times taking care of everybody else, tending to everything, that we neglect ourselves. So sometimes we need to give ourselves permission to practice some self-care and to do it on a regular basis because you matter too. Not just the people you're tending to and looking after and caring for. Yes, they matter, but you matter too. Then there are times, for example, we need to give ourselves permission to disrupt the status quo. Step out of the boat, launch out into the deep, and just take a leap of faith, trusting in God, right? Great rewards only come with great risk. But as we step out in faith, we must keep our eyes on Jesus every step of the way. Remember how Peter stepped out of the boat and then he kept his eyes on Jesus? He stayed on the water boat. As soon as he took his eyes away from Jesus, he began to sink. And then Jesus saved him. People may criticize Peter. He shouldn't have taken his eyes off Jesus. But how many times have we taken our eyes off Jesus, right, and began to sink? But furthermore, Peter was the only disciple who walked on water. None of them had that testimony except for Peter, because he was bold enough to step out on faith and disrupt the status quo and do something different. So give yourself permission to step out on faith, disrupt the status quo, and to do something different if that's you today. So thank you for joining me today, my wonderful permission slip giving warriors. I love you, and I will see you next time. God bless you.